This is how a multi-million-dollar company cost us our home. Yeah.
This is how a multi-million-dollar company left us homeless.
Ooh, that's a good one. Yeah. Really important to state that our son has a disability, and then we have ongoing health issues with our daughter that started at age 2. She's been severely affected by the mold, and in and out of the hospital almost her entire life. And then my husband has also been hospitalized from the mold. We have still ongoing treatments, ongoing issues that ultimately led to Tarrant Roofing coming in saying, hey, we want to help your family. So in June of 2024, we found extensive black water damage and mold underneath our house. It was coming from a hidden overflow from a toilet pipe not fitting correctly when it was sat last. We obviously saw our insurance first. We were like, hey, we have this problem. They denied it. We saw an attorney, they still denied it. It was a whole thing. A family friend came in and was like, hey, I know of this company that sometimes does charity work. So he reached out to this company, Tarrant Roofing. They are a Fort Worth based roofing company, but they also do like subcontracts as well. So they are also, it's important to state that they are a massive company, multi-million-dollar company that is in Denver, that is in Houston, San Antonio, Shreveport, all over the place. Basically, they hired a remediation company. The remediation company comes in, they remediate our home. Throughout the entire process, they're making sure they're getting approvals from Tarrant. The remediation company, it's also important to state, knew that this was supposed to be charity, and they were in contact with us. After the remediation is done and cleared, testing's all cleared in October, we start noticing some odd things that are happening throughout the house as we're like coming back in and visiting and just checking up on things, because we tried to have communication with Tarrant. We tried to be like, hey, keep us updated, let us know what's going on, how can we help, what can we do? And they just had absolutely no communication with us whatsoever. Anytime we'd call, we'd be like, we'll call you back, and then it would be like months before we'd hear anything again. In December, after drywall had gone up and they had done some plumbing work, we noticed that there were like outlets that were covered and outlets that were like missing, and there were frayed wires left in the kitchen and pipes across the floor, and the house was like trash. Yeah. We still didn't have subfloors in the bathrooms. Like you could walk in and then it was just like the crawl space. It was an absolute disaster, but they stopped responding to us completely. We're still trying to contact, even up until April. We were like begging, honestly, like, please just tell us, have any sort of communication with us. Tell us you can't finish it. Tell us that you ran out of money. Like, tell us anything. We were beyond thankful, and we were trying to not be like pushy, trying to just like let things happen. We didn't feel like we could say anything about like the missing outlets or like the broken things, like they broke our oven or hot water heater or deep freezer, like just a bunch of things that kept happening, and we were just keeping our mouths quiet because we were like, they're doing this huge, amazing charity for us. So meanwhile, we are treating our daughter and coming back and forth, driving back and forth an hour to like the children's hospital here in Fort Worth, and living as a family of 5 in 1 bedroom, and just like we were struggling, still are struggling. Also, my son's therapies are in Fort Worth, so we're like driving an hour back and forth every single day, and still like having faith in this company to like, hey, please communicate with us. That kind of leads us to April. We started noticing that there might be a mold issue still, and we were still in good contact with the remediation company. We called them, they immediately came out, and they were like, their jaws hit the floor when they saw the state of the house. They were like, no way Tarrant Roofing left the house like this. No way Tarrant Roofing left you guys homeless without a place to live. And we were like, yeah, like, kind of just like laughing it off, like, yeah, we're still just trying to figure this out. And they opened our eyes to how big of a problem it really is. Like, they pointed out fire hazards here, fire hazards there, code violations here. We had spoken to a bunch of companies that have done charity work before, and then also we spoke to some lawyers, and we can't say to you exactly what happened legally, but we can tell you what other companies have said they have to do for tax purposes. And that would be a letter of completion. When you do a charity, the people receiving the charity have to sign a letter of completion to turn into the tax, or to turn into the IRS, to write it off, to put it on as a charity, anything like that. Also, when other companies have done charity work before and they submit it to the IRS, you usually get a large lump sum back. So it's not just written off, it's making money back. Legally, we can't tell you that that's exactly what happened, but we will tell you that we did not sign anything, and you can make your own assumptions. We also consulted a couple of lawyers, but one specifically that had also sued Tarrant Roofing prior, and he was so honest with us and absolutely amazing. Was like, they have lawyers, they have the money, and when he has sued them prior, they will drag it out until you are so run down that you just settle for less than what you deserve, and they don't get what they deserve. It's also important to state that they have abandoned contracts before, and that was what the lawyer had also sued them for as well. Not charity, and not to this magnitude of our entire house being left in shambles, but it seems to be like this company is notorious for things that could involve legal things, but also contract abandonment. Oh yeah.
It's like they knew what they were doing, like where they knew the state of our family, that we have 2 special needs kids, and they still, did this to us.
Yeah, they left the special needs family without a home for over a year. And it's really important to tell you where we're at right now. We tried to figure out rebuilding. We had to get another loan on top of the house to try and fix the things that they broke, and ultimately it wasn't enough. We're still needing like an astronomical amount to fix the house. We can afford the house. Our bills aren't our problem. It is actually making the house a livable, safe space. So we are currently filing bankruptcy and foreclosing on our house. We're hoping by sharing our side, our story, whatever you may call it, a review for Tarrant Roofing.
An honest review.
An honest review. That we can protect ourselves, but also I feel like we've kind of sought this feeling of like justice in a way. And not that this brings justice, but we're hoping that it sheds light on them, and we're hoping that it protects other people from getting into this situation with Tarrant Roofing. Because like we said, they give away roofs, they've given away trucks before, they've given away, like they do charity work often. And so if we can share a story enough to protect someone from being put into a worse position, I feel like it would be worth it.